Hello again. So, I finally made some time where I can start on fixing or installing and making a new wood burner and oil burner. My old one's a little bit knackered. I'll show you that. I'll show you a video of that shortly. I could have replaced just the flue, new flue on it. It would have been fine, but I wanted a little bit bigger. It hasn't quite been big enough for me needs. I kind of get a big log in there when I've got the oil burner going. I can't see what's going on, so I want a glass door. So I'm going to make a new wood burner out of an old gas bottle. I've already gotten the fitting off the gas bottle. I'll show you that. The gas bottle's full of water. It has been full of water for a couple of weeks now because I've never had the time to get on with it. I'll make the first cut outside on the door. You'll see us doing that, and then we'll get it inside where I can work on it, and hopefully put into the wood burner what I can see in my mind what I want to do. So I'll show you my old one now, the knackered one. As you can see, it's freezing now. You probably see the breath, the steam off my breath. But I'll show you my old one, and then we'll crack on make a new one. Simple as that. So here we go. So this is my old one. I've had it in 5, 6, 7 years or something. So it's actually ready to burn. But over the winter the flue's corroded so bad. Here, look. You see that? Flue's corroded so bad it needs a new chimney or a new flue. But I thought now's the time to put a brand new one on. Bigger, better, warmer. So yeah, that's my old one. It's been a good old burner. I'm not chuck it out, I'll use it for someone else. And as you can see, it's quite cold in here. So I've got the gas bottle outside. It's full of water to get rid of any residual gas that might be in there. I'll make my first cuts out here. It's just safer. It's out there just in case there's any residual gas left. There won't be, or shouldn't be, but you never know. Better be safe than sorry. You can see I've already marked the door on there. Kaiser's having a look. Isn't that right, Kaiser? So we'll make our first cut out here, then I can go back in the garage or the workshop and start working on it. Is that right, Kaiser? Huh? What's this? You want to go in while I'm cutting this? Oh yeah, yeah. I'm only kidding. Yeah, so that was the first cut done. That was the door. So I've got a door made. I can fetch it back in the workshop now. And we'll crack on, see how far we get. Right, so I've got a bit more cutting to do, and you've got to look after yourself. Got to be safety conscious. So get me dutt on, get me mask on to look after me lungs and me eyes.
You get me ear defenders on as well, so I can't hear anything. So, where it's going? Oh, it's water. Yeah. Oh.
Woo! I think that's enough for tonight. I'll have a bit of a tidy up. Got my extractor fan on. It's a bit smoky in here, a bit dusty. I think I'll probably put a little paper mask on while I'm tidying up. I get tidied up because if I don't, it just my tools and the mess just builds up and up. It's such a small workshop. You run out of space, so I've got to keep tidying up as I go. So get tidied up and revisit tomorrow, another day, whatever. Haha. Woo!
So I've made a small error. I'll show you it. Easily fixed. With metal you can just weld stuff on. If you made a wrong cut you just extend it back and weld it back in. I'll show you a small error that I've made. So when I cut the square out for the chimney, for the flue, I didn't align it with the door. And it needs to look right. If it was on a twist, just wouldn't look right. So I'll quickly show you. There you can see that doesn't line up with the door, so the chimney will be twisted round. I don't know whether you can see that. So I'm going to have to cut this extra out there so I can twist the chimney back round.
So we're getting somewhere with the wood burner. It's starting to come together. I want to lift it up off the floor a little bit, so I'm not bending over when I'm putting the wood and that in. So I'm going to put it on like a base of pillar, and what I found what I can use is a metal bucket, and I've got an old fire bucket that I painted silver. One of the fire buckets that you used to find around in school, full of sand when you were younger. Don't see them nowadays. But funnily enough, it's a fire bucket and it's going to help us make a fire. So I'll just do a few mods with it and cut it up, and I'll show you what it should look like when it's done. So yeah, it's hopefully going to sit on a bucket, something like that, just to raise it up off the floor. But I need to modify it and so it looks right as well. I'm cutting the bottom off the bottle just to make it like just to make it look better. To be fair, more finished. I'm going through grinding discs for fun, just eating through them. And sometimes I forget I've actually got a plasma cutter up here mounted on the wall. So I'm going to give me plasma cutter a go. Save a few pennies on grinding discs and cutting discs. Well, cutting discs, yeah. Yeah, I'll quickly show you my plasma cutter and then we'll give it a spin. So there's my plasma cutter up there. Whether you can see it. I will get it down, give it a go. I'll wreck the joint. Give you a quick talk about how a plasma cutter works. Bit like the welder, it uses electricity to create an arc at a very high voltage, which melts the metal. It also uses compressed air. Once that metal's melted, the compressed air blows the metal away. So you've got to have a compressed air supply as well as some electricity. You've got to have a good earth. They're quite a dangerous tool when it comes to electrocution. You've got to make sure you've got a good earth on them. So I'll quickly show you. We've got my compressed air there, ready to go. This is the torch. This is what does the burning. If you pull that, you'll hear the compressed air come through. And that's the tip of it. There's my earth. Earth's on the barrel. And the machine's, I've got it half turned up, and we'll go from there, see how it goes. Much better, quicker, Ta-da! So I'm getting as far as I can with the wood burner for now, apart from putting the chimney on. I've got to start taking the old one off, get it out the way, see how this is going to fit in. I want to move it over a little bit, so the flue's going to be actually quite a bit of work as well. So let's get ripping this old one out. So I've got all the flue down off the old one. As you can see, it was totally rotten, like amazingly rotten. I find that all dead interesting, to be fair. But so what I'm going to do is, where the flue exits through the wall on the top, and I'm going to build a flange so I can take the flue up from the wood burner and put a flange on the flue on the wood burner, and that'll bolt to the flange of the flue that goes outside, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going to cut a couple of bits of plate. I'll have to cut that circular pipe out there, the hole on the flange, and get that welded on up there. the end of part 1. I knew it was going to be a big build, so I've broke the video. I've put it into 2 separate videos. So part 2, hopefully going to be get the glass in, get the oil burner in, get it painted, get the stove ropes on, get the flue done. Flue's a big job. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the first one, part 1. Join us in part 2. Hopefully get it finished, get it burning, get warm in that garage because it's bloody freezing at the minute. So thanks for watching everyone. Join us soon. See ya.